How's it going, everybody? For today's beer review, we're going to be taking a look at Founders Brewery Dark Penance, their Imperial Black IPA. So this is Founders Dark Penance, and I'm really excited to try this because it is a brand new brew from Founders Brewery. It just came out, I want to say, I think it was this October or November. I think it was October, but it's the first time they've brewed this before, and I love the style. I love black IPAs, and this is an Imperial Black IPA, so I mean it should just be really good, at least as far as I'm concerned. As far as information goes, the label art's really cool. It's kind of like a side portrait of this old woman with some gothic filigree, and it's just done kind of spooky, sort of. It almost looks like a Halloween beer, huh? Specifications, it comes in at 8.9% alcohol by volume, which is definitely getting up there to the pretty high range. You'll probably be feeling it after one bottle, 2 to 3, and you'll probably be where you want to be if you want to be somewhere, as I like to say. Comes in at 100 IBUs, or so they claim, so this should be quite bitter. As you know, what I'll be looking for in this is it to have a good amount, good bit of like kind of stout notes, such as like the dark malt. Not so much coffee and chocolate, with that very dark, rich malt to kind of soften and balance out those IPA notes of, you know, your fruits, your hops, your grapefruit, stuff like that. When it comes to black IPAs, there's kind of some discrepancy upon what glassware you should drink it out of. You have the people who say it's still an IPA, so drink it out of an IPA glass. You got the people who say, no, it's a stout, or it's more like a stout because it's black. You should drink it out of that type of glassware. And you got people like me who just don't really care. I'm just drinking it out of an IPA glass, but only because I have an IPA glass. With this, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, because whatever the benefit you think you're getting from drinking it out of one type of glass versus the other for a stout or an IPA, then you'll get that benefit for that part of the drink. It is literally like two worlds combined with a black IPA. So, you know, just drink it out of whatever you feel comfortable drinking it out of. I'm going to drink it out of an IPA glass, though. Alright. The cap is off. Straight out. The color is kind of a nice medium mahogany brown. I'm going to pour this just right down the center of the glass here. Not a very high head potential on this beer at all, which is to be expected with it being higher ABV like that. Formed about a half finger of just kind of light tan colored head. Holding it up to the light, it would appear to be pitch black in the glass, but actually if you hold it in the light, it is a very dark mahogany brown sort of color. There's not really any tinges of ruby. To be honest with you, it looks a lot like Coca-Cola, if you can imagine that color. It looks pretty nice in the glass. Let's give it a smell. Now that smells great. You've got exactly what I expected to have. It has grapefruit, hops, little touches of apple, peach, and mango, and citrus. But then you've also got like things like a little bit of caramel, and a huge amount of just like black chocolate malt. You've got the malt, and you got the Imperial IPA side of it, so it smells really good. I don't have too terribly much experience with black IPAs. I think I've reviewed 2 on the channel so far. The first one I reviewed was Stone Brewery's Sublimely Self-Righteous Black IPA, which was the best black IPA I have ever had the pleasure of drinking. The second one I reviewed was from Hop and Frog Brewery, and it was their Hop Heathen Imperial Black IPA. It was good too, but it didn't even hold a light to the Stone Sublimely Self-Righteous. Founders has a pretty good reputation. I've been impressed with like 99.9% of all their beers, so maybe these guys will take the cake and be number 1, or at the very least go toe-to-toe with Stone's Sublimely Self-Righteous. But we won't know till we taste it, so let's do that. Definitely 100 IBUs. That's bitter. It has a real big bitter kick at the end, definitely on the back and sides of the tongue. Up front, there is sweetness from the grapefruit and hops. But it's almost as if it's fighting with the malt. Like it's not a very harmonious blend of the two. It almost tastes like you would take kind of like grapefruit juice and like a dark Hershey's syrup and just pour them together. They're not harmoniously mixing very well, at least as far as I'm concerned. It's also a little thin too. I can definitely tell it's a lot more focused on the IPA side of it than it is the black side of it. If someone were to give me this blindfolded, I'm just trying to imagine. I would think like maybe it was a red or a rye IPA, but definitely not a black IPA. For me, there's not enough of a maltiness to do it justice as a black IPA. I don't say this is a nasty beer. It's not nasty. It's definitely bitter biased. So you really need to be into bitter IPAs to enjoy this. For me, when it's a black IPA, I expect it to have some sweetness too. But for me, it's nothing special. I have had way better black IPAs before than this. This would probably rank third for me for what's been reviewed on the channel. Stones is a 10 out of 10. Hop Heathen, yeah, I forget what the rating was that I gave this, but this is like for a black IPA, like a 5.8, maybe a 6 out of 10. It's not really doing me any favors. I've had way better black IPAs, and I don't really think this would qualify as one as far as the taste goes. It drinks more like a red IPA because it has just enough malt to let you know that malt even exists within the beer, and that's it. It needs to have a little bit more porter or stout characteristics, and also to harmoniously blend those within the IPA for me to call it a good black IPA. This just has just the slightest touch of malt. I think it could be marketed better as like a rye or red IPA, but as a black IPA, it's unimpressive. So, that has been my review of Founders Brewing Company's Dark Penance Imperial Black IPA. Hope you guys enjoyed the beer review as always, and stay tuned for the next one.